Welcome, Aries, to your uplifting messages. So, the focus of this reading today is for the next 7 days. So, what are you going to be receiving? What is going to be relevant? What you will be focused on, or what will come into focus into your life? Okay. So, we have the Magician. So, for Aries, the keywords are relevant. So, manifestation, creativity, desire, willpower, resourceful, the art of communication. So, for a different group of Aries, you'll be focusing on different things, and it may lies within the keywords that's been stated here. But I feel like what's most important is that you're focusing on self first, and you're focusing on the interior, and it's going to mean different things for different people. You could talk about you taking care of the interior of your home, right? Or let's say you are starting to um, focus on dating a different way than you used to. I feel like you're more focusing on what someone is all about and not focusing too much on appearances. Okay, and the reason it as to that is because a lot of you are Aries, or a group of you are kind of focusing on loyalty. Okay, so loyalty, true friendship, and loyalty are among the most important values, and be loyal to your friends. So I feel like the reason why you're focusing on loyalty, you're questioning yourself as to if you are loyal at this time. Have you been loyal? Okay, or you might be asking someone uh, about their opinions when it comes to loyalty. Maybe this is one of your dating questions, right? uh, like surprise gotcha questions that you may be asking on dates, just to see what are their uh, authentic reaction to your question. And for some of you, the reason as to why that is, you could kind of see the sadness in this dog eyes, right? um, you went through certain, trials in the past, and it came in the form of being betrayed, you know, uh, being used, being manipulated, being gaslighted, okay, or just being fed a whole lot of lies and be led astray by others, but maybe by your own feelings as well. And you could have been the perpetrator here. You could have been the villain in the story. So maybe you're trying to start a new chapter, right? So after the Fool, what's good about the Fool is that you realize within that energy that mistakes can happen, right? And arriving to the Magician, you have an idea. You have an initial idea of what works, what doesn't work, um, which path you actually want to take at this time. And for some of you, it's not only loyalty that's very important when it comes to um, the type of persons that you want to surround yourself with, but I feel like it's also about your resources at this time. Okay, so you're focusing on your resources, or gathering resources at this time, and investing wisely. Okay, so that's what you want as well. You want your investments, if you're starting from scratch, or if you're looking for another opportunity with the Magician, that's what you want. You want uh, the relationships that you have to be of strong bonds. The situation that you get in, you want to get back what you've put in. Okay, and I feel like when it comes to anything that's kind of related to your uh, gathering resources, or using them in a way that's going to give you back more than you've put in, or giving you a percentage that's actually acceptable for you, there is going to be a new beginning, and you actually are going to find something that's perfect for you. Okay, and it's going to be perfect in different ways. Probably it's an organization that speaks to your values. It's an organization where after a the Fool means that you actually went in with no expectations and you actually got back some things, and you're actually very surprised about that, and because of that you're willing to put much more effort into it. Okay, and for some of you that feels because they're not able to see the return at this time, here we do have what the guardian angel card that says some higher power protects you from difficulties and misfortunes. Trust your guardian angel. Okay, and for some of you it could be an earth angel, it could actually be a person that's actually providing grants or sponsoring opportunities at this time, or it could just be like you're wanting to have a course, you wanting to follow a course or a methodology that is going to work for you at this time. But again, with the Page of Pentacles, there's a sense of you needing to analyze if it's actually something that would work for you, or if you like the way things are going at this time. Okay, so Page of Pentacles, as you can see, is looking at the coin very closely. He's analyzing every aspect of things. Okay, for others of you, right now you're dealing with the situations. Okay, so for some of you, you might recognize yourself here. It says enfermement, which means like you're closed in or in jail. Okay, or someone close to you might be in jail, but more so in this situation, some of you, your kid has been admitted to the hospital. Okay, or you've received some news that your kid might have a condition, or your also it could be related to a premature baby. Okay, some issue, some complication occur at the birth, but don't worry, because I'm speaking to someone specifically. Do not worry. Even some of you had a dream about it. Okay, some of you actually had a dream about the issue or the problem that your kid may have, but don't worry. Focus on the positive outcome, because you're gonna have a good, like, there's going to be a turnaround, there's gonna be a turning point, things are gonna change, things are gonna the health outcome is going to be better than you expected. Okay, so this baby's gonna, you can see like the arm, this baby's gonna be growing strong, and they're gonna be um, healthier than before. Okay, so don't worry about that. For others of you Aries, you're focusing on the inner work. Don't be afraid to prioritize your personal growth and spiritual development. Health and wellness are necessary to enjoy an abundant life. And as we can see, like, I feel like someone could be doing like maybe a lifting, like weight lifting. But again, with the don't be afraid to prioritize your personal growth and spiritual development. I feel like, again, going back to the energy of the Five of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Cups, I feel like you're realizing that certain things that you may have done in the past is no longer working out for you. And also, I feel like you are realizing that something has to shift. Okay, like the shift needs to occur within you before it can be seen externally. It's a mind game, it's a mind control, but you're the one who should be in control of it. Okay, and again, when it comes to the inner work, okay, because the what's depicted here, it talks a whole lot about journaling, and so yeah, like you could even be journaling your food intake, like if you're really, because we're seeing a whole lot of Virgo energy here, right? A lot of Virgo energy in Libra, so it's very practical, it's very goal oriented, it's very logical. So some of you are being very precise at this time, because there is a specific goal that you want, and you're not letting, you're not wanting to let things fall apart, or again, there's a sense of wanting to control the situation at this time, and not wanting to cut corners, not wanting to let feelings get in the way. But I mean, that's gonna be difficult, Aries, due to the fact that we are in the Cancer season. It's about feelings and emotions. So your feelings gonna have it's gonna need to have a say in what you want, or you're gonna have a riot on your hand emotionally. And you know how it's gonna come in the form of self sabotage, but it's not. The energy, the inner saboteur. I hope I'm saying it right. The self sabotage energy does not show up for no reason. Sometimes we like to, you know, play like we like to accuse others of being the enemy, or we like to accuse our own shadow or our own demon or even the devil himself for falling into temptations, for falling into certain weaknesses, right? Or things that are so easy for us to relapse on, okay? But in reality, it's because you're not using that energy in the way that it's supposed to, okay? Because I feel like there's an aspect of you that may feel unworthy, okay? Do you genuinely believe in your worthiness to attain the abundance you desire? Okay, so if you have this kind of energy, the unworthy energy, and then you're gonna need to answer this question for yourself, Aries. Do you believe that you can attain the abundance you desire in whatever area in your life? So this, like, that shadow side of the unworthy energy wants to be manipulated. You need to unlock that energy. It's always gonna act up. It's like a kid. It's always gonna act up. Um, until you figure out how to use it in a way that's actually conducive for you, okay? Because I feel like there's an energy, and the way that you can recognize it, let's say you actually do read your own tarot cards. It could be the, of course, the devil card, but also the moon energy, because the moon means that sometimes in a negative position, it means that you're going further, or you're doing too much. It's even, it's related to addiction in stated in a devil card, but it has to do with something that seems to be out of your control, and needing to understand that. And usually it says it's related to past issues, but more so it's related to your own essence and your own, like, the way that you're made up, the way that you are made up. And if certain things that is not catered to, then it's going, that energy will show up in, it's going to rear its ugly hand, ugly hand, it's gonna rear its ugly head, okay, and act up in a way that makes you feel like unworthy, when with the page of pentacles you are worthy. Of course, you're the magician, okay? But there's a sense you're trying to figure out, why do I keep on falling into those traps? Why do I keep falling for these people? Why do I keep getting into those situations where I feel like I'm wasting my time, or others seems to have the last laugh? Okay, and I feel like that's this. Now I'm seeing the woman card, so there's a sense that your feminine energy is trying to tell you something. I want to see Pisces, but you're Aries, so maybe you have some important Pisces placement in your chart that you need to look at. If you are into astrology, if you like to, like, if you do take the time to look at your birth chart, or you've generated from, you know, any website that you can check out on Google. So others of you, that energy comes out as envy. Focusing on what others have is a drain on your energy. Okay, so this is the reason why the energy of inner work has come up here. You have to work with what you have, inner work. And once you actually do realize who you are, what you are about, because I feel like this, I feel like there could be a mask. You could be wearing a mask, or your shadow self could be wearing a mask, and take on all kinds of negative attributes, when all that energy needs is love. So envy, focusing on envy means that you're again draining your energy and putting it external from you, when you should actually use it to get what you want. Focus on your great ass attributes, and others will be the envious one, which is not really something that we need to um, what is it, ascend to, for other people to be envious. But I mean, sometimes that happens. Or maybe for your past to be envious of your future. You could say that like that, or whichever, in any other way that it can be said properly. Okay, so the judgment has shown up as to what you really want at this time. Okay, and the judgment is usually related to what it says, needing to use judgment. Whenever I pull up the judgment, I don't get too excited, because I know that I need to, like, again, since the page of pentacles is there, we need to check things. We need to see what may have fall through the cracks, right? See what's actually, again, what's been an issue, what's been a problem, when you have not really paid attention to the details, because Virgo is really good at that, the details. Libra is just, it just exacts karma. It says, well, that's what your subconscious is running on, so that's what you're getting. Or that's what you've been focusing on, because what you focus expands, so that's what you're getting. So as you can see, the keywords is judgment, reflection, inner calling. There's a lot of inner, Aries. There's a whole lot of inner energy that it seems like you need to focus on your own self. And since we have the energy of draining, whatever that's draining you is probably being overly focused on what other people has going on, and not focusing on what you have going on. But I'm pretty sure that the Aries that I'm speaking with are not doing all of that. And if they're doing that, it could be coming from an envious energy, and just take it back. Take that energy back, do something beautiful with it, okay? Artistic with it, okay? So again, being forgiven, awareness, awakening. So there's a sense of you needing to forgive yourself for not seeing what was going on, because you wanted a better outcome, or you were hoping for the best when it came to a situation or a relationship, and you feel like, oh, I should have known. But hey, it happens. Okay, so we have awareness and awakening. So for some of you, you're wanting a new beginning as well at this time. Okay, yeah, because what's clarifying that is these cards, the King of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Ten of Swords. And again, we were talking about the Moon, like, feel like you've been pulled in a direction, in a positive way. It's being pulled in a direction going in onto the unknown, right? But in this position with the Judgment card, I feel like there's a sense of you, Aries, probably are looking for a place to call home. And I don't mean like a house, literally. I just means like a group of people, again, that you can rely on, okay? The King of Pentacles, the Moon, Ten of Swords. I feel like some of you, I'm like, are saying, I don't want to travel anymore, or I don't want to be dealing with a whole bunch of uh, losers. I don't want to use that word, but like, I don't want to waste my time with people that are not really worth my time. And for me to keep on doing that dance where I get to know someone, I believe in them, I rely on them because I see the greatness that could be them, and they just end up being a disappointment. Okay, so I feel like there's something that you want something to come to an end altogether. For some of you, this Ten of Swords could talk about a deadline and having to like put an all-nighter, right? It, I mean, it helps for some people if this is something that you really are interested in in growing, but I feel like you need to take more advantage of the King of Pentacles energy, in the sense where you're gonna have to surrender, and what you cannot achieve humanly, in the humanly level, you'll have to let God and the universe take over. But for some of you, that's what you're doing. You're trying to reach some kind of deadline, okay, at this time. Also, your Ten of Swords is like, enough is enough. You don't want to deal with certain situations any longer. You feel like, okay, and I feel like for some of you, you're willing to put a lot of trust, or you're willing to put a lot of action into a situation, okay, or put a lot of efforts to see, is the long way gonna help me out in this situation, okay. And the affirmation here says, I acknowledge and let go of insecurities and self-doubt, okay, because I feel like there's certain things that you're unsure about, and you actually want to feel safe and secure, and being surrounded by people that makes you feel safe and secure. You're wanting the path that you're on, because I feel like for some of you, you've been on this path for way too long. For way too long, you feel like something gotta give here. Something gotta give. Also, you need to be uh aware of where your expenses are going at this time, because I feel like a whole lot of Uber, or a lot of ordering, or Amazons might have, it might have gone out of control, and your money is nowhere to be found at this time, okay, for some of you. So yes, you're probably, again, Virgo, I feel like you're gonna be looking at your budget, you're gonna be looking at your bank account to see what the heck has been going on in my bank account. And I feel like also you could be having a joint account. I don't know if I think someone is like, ugh, why did I even say yes to having a joint account? So I feel like you're gonna realize, like, why at the beginning of the month my bank account is flush, and then by the 18 or so, it's done, it's dead in, like there's nothing in there. What's going on? We're almost like, some of you might be calling for bankruptcy at this time as well, okay. So the advice here again is the Page of Pentacles, okay? And the Page of Pentacles energy is usually about messages, okay? Practical messages. It could also talk about a messenger, okay? But I feel like this person specifically could be triggering certain things, from certain emotions from you. I feel like, because it's almost giving me that song, that Usher songs. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. See your face whenever, because the Seven of Cups could talk about a mirror. See your face whenever I blah blah blah. I don't remember the lyrics, but basically that's what it is. Like, basically saying that I cannot get with you because you remind me too much of that person. So I feel like you are feeling emotionally triggered by this Page of Pentacles. If it's, for some of you, it's that energy is you. It's what you need to embody. What you need to embody is to be sure of yourself, to pay attention to the details when it comes to people, when it comes to opportunities, because you'll be able to make a, I want to say, quick decisions. You'll be able to assess who this person is. But of course, you're going to give them some leeway, you'll give them a benefit of the doubt, okay? But again, with the tennis, I feel like this could also talk about like a father figure. Someone will be reminding you of a parent, and they're like, I can't get with you. You remind me too much of my dad. You remind me too much of my mom. You remind me too much of my sister. You remind me too much of my brother. This is too much. Like, this is we're not. I cannot do this. Okay, but for others of you, it's just the kind of relationship that you used to have with said person, and I feel like Not that it was overly, for some of you it was a toxic relationship, and you dealt with someone that would gaslight you and make you feel like what you were seeing was not real. Okay, but I also feel like the connection that you had with this person was very magnetic, in a sense that chemistry the chemistry was off the chart, but to your detriment, because you couldn't get it. Like, that relationship had a sh- shell shelf life. Okay, so basically it was meant to be there for a time, but it you feel like it lasted too long, just because of the fact that the chemistry was chemistry did I say chemistry again? Okay, the chemistry was off the chart. Like, the sex is powwow, and I guess you can let that go. So now you are being reminded of that type of, like, someone is just oozing off that kind of energy, and you're you don't know what to do with it at this time. Okay, you're not understanding what's going on. So, and you're wanting to have loyal people around you, so you'll have to make a decision that is going to be right for you, and for some of you, you'll have to forego instant gratification for long-term investments.